Hello and welcome back to Off the Post. In today's episode, we'll be assessing the England squad after beating Andorra 2-0 at the weekend. But before that, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. It's very much appreciated and it goes a long way in helping me build a small community on my channel, okay? We've recently just hit 221 subscribers and I just want to say a massive thank you for all you guys showing support my recent videos, all the likes and the comments on social media as well. Definitely doesn't go unnoticed, and yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you, really. But let's get straight into the episode, shall we? Okay, England beat Andorra 2-0 on Saturday, and for me, this was an amazing game because, obviously, England maintained their 100% record in World Cup qualifying, okay? So from that point of view, it is very good, and England created so many chances, there were so many attacking displays, on display, if you like, and for me, the three stand-up players in this game were Eberechi Eze, Noni Madueke, and Reece James as well. I thought those three in particular had a stand-up performance and they were excellent, and that's probably why England got the victory over the line. And yes, obviously the Andorra centre-back did score an own goal, but it came from an excellent cross from Reece James on that right-hand side. And he put in crosses all night long, didn't he? And that's also where the second goal came from, through Declan Rice scoring a header from a Reece James cross as well. So for me, you know, defensively, England was solid. Attacking wise, England were way better, because when you think about England in the past, okay, you sort of don't know what side's going to turn up. You don't know whether, you know, they're going to be all out attack or they're going to be a bit more defensive and be a bit boring. They can't really break down teams in that sort of low block sort of transition, if you like. So it was really good to see England being like full flow today and you know, create some real chances. I'm pretty sure they had 11 shots in total and 7 on target, obviously dominating all possession. I think they had like 83% possession. So from that point of view, in the majority of England games, they are going to dominate the ball. But we have seen under previous managers that, you know, what are they going to do with the ball when they do have it? Are they going to struggle to break down those sort of low block teams in transition and whatnot? It was good to see on Saturday that, you know, we sort of took the game to them. We sort of, you know, wanted to attack from the back. We wanted to transition into our own half, into their half, and you know, break the teams down. And there was always solutions. There were so many attacking opportunities to score in this game, and I really do feel like England could have won 3 or 4-0 at least. So from that point of view, it does go to show the attacking display that was shown today, the attacking intent from the players. You know, Harry Kane didn't score, and we've been heavily relying on Harry Kane for so many years. But, you know, I think that's a good thing that he didn't score, just because we've got other players in the midfield, in the wide areas, obviously in the two DMs as well, in Declan Rice getting a goal. So for me, we've got goals all around the pitch now, haven't we? In the likes of Declan Rice, in the likes of okay, yes, the centre back did score an own goal, but I feel like Harry Kane probably would have scored that header as well. So from that perspective, I really do like at least England performance. Then again, saying that, it only is a World Cup qualifier. I don't know how highly you can rate these performances because it is against a lower opposition side. So for me, you know, don't get me wrong, no offence to Andorra, they just don't really have like high calibre of players to sort of, you know, provide a real threat for England, if you like. So I feel like you've got to test yourself against these like half-decent teams, in the big competitions, in the Euros, in the World Cup, to sort of actually see where England do rank on the international stage, if you like. It's a bit of a tricky one because when we do come up against those like hard opposition teams, we have sort of failed to deliver in certain moments, you know, obviously losing in the World Cup, losing in the Euros. It hasn't been that great recently for England. Don't get me wrong, it has been good to get to these finals and whatnot under Gareth Southgate, but can we now go one better and achieve that with Thomas Tuchel? Obviously, he's got an excellent record of winning trophies in his managerial career at Chelsea, at Borussia Dortmund, at PSG, all these different types of clubs I'm pretty sure he's managed. So for me, you know, hopefully now he's the right man to do the job. When you think about the lineup, okay, in this team, you've got to think about some of the players that were on display, okay. For me, I really do like the double pivot of Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice. I really do feel like it adds that balance going forward, because when you think about someone like Declan Rice, he can sort of do a little bit of everything in midfield. he's sort of become more of a box-to-box sort of player for Mikel Arteta in recent seasons, but he can also play in that number 6 role. And for me, I feel like he did get a little bit more forward this time, in this game at least. So, and that's why obviously he got his goal. I feel like with Elliot Anderson in there, he's sort of a similar player in the likes of being a box-to-box player as well. So I feel like once one of the two midfielders went forward, the other one sat back, vice versa, if you like, as well. And for me, Eberechi Eze was an absolute breath of fresh air in that number 10 position, wasn't he? Because him and Noni Madueke were fantastic. There were a few times in this game where there was linking up together so well, and that's got to be so pleasing for Arsenal fans, hasn't it? Because the three, Arsenal boys, if you like, in Noni Madueke, Eberechi Eze and Declan Rice were absolutely brilliant in this game. Quickly, I want to give Noni Madueke some praise, okay? Because the way he can use his pace to dribble past players, to beat players. There was one moment in the game where, he was so fast and he just turned in between like 2 or 3 defenders and got into the box and delivered a nice cross into Eberechi Eze. He just couldn't, unfortunately, score a goal, But that was an absolutely brilliant, a little bit of skill there from Noni Madueke, and he's had a good start to the season for Arsenal. So hopefully now we can carry that on to the next England game, and hopefully we can carry that on for Arsenal as well, because there was a lot of people sort of not doubting him for Arsenal, but asking why do they need him at Arsenal. But I feel like he's a half decent player, so we'll have to wait and see what he can do in the England shirt. And yeah, for me, Eberechi Eze was amazing. Reece James as well. It was a bit of a tricky one leaving Trent Alexander-Arnold out of the team when you think about it. For whatever reason, he hasn't had a good start to the season for Real Madrid, and under Xabi Alonso, I'm pretty sure he subbed him off in one of the games, didn't he? For Real Madrid at the start of the season. No Jack Grealish as well for me. I probably would have had Jack Grealish rather than Marcus Rashford, just because, he's had 4 assists in the start of the season, okay, for Everton. He's had 2 assists each game, I'm pretty sure, in game week 2 and game week 3. So why not include him? Like, obviously, Marcus Rashford's got his big money move to Barcelona now, but again, I don't think he's had a strong start to the season either. Don't get me wrong, he had a few chances in the England games to score a goal. I feel like he did come close at one stage to scoring a goal in the second half, but it just didn't go in. But yeah, I think overall his performance, it just proves good. There's good things to come, and under Thomas Tuchel now, I really do feel like there is hope of winning the big trophy in a few years' time. Obviously, it is the World Cup year, so we'll have to wait and see what England can do in World Cup 2026, okay? Because that would be absolutely amazing. Could you imagine if England can bring home a trophy for the first time in ages? It's been absolutely decades, hasn't it? So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, let's end the video with some questions, okay? Because it's only a short one. How would you feel about this performance? Who are your 3 main star standout players, okay? How would you feel about it being played at Villa Park? Was that quite special for, the England fans and the Villa fans as well? How would you feel about, Thomas Tuchel not starting any of the villains? Obviously, the likes of Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers, and Ezri Konsa. Obviously, the last 2 did come on in Ezri Konsa and Morgan Rogers. I did see some minutes, but I would have liked them to start. That's just me being a bit of a Villa fan in there. But yeah, how do you feel about this performance? How do you feel about our hopes going into the World Cup? And yeah, that's it really. How do you feel about us going into the next game? But before that, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. It's very much appreciated. It goes a long way in helping me build a small community on my channel. We've recently just hit 221 subscribers. If we can go and hit 250 subscribers, that would be the aim, okay? That would be the ambition. That's what I'm trying to work towards. So if you guys can hit that, I'd be absolutely over the moon. But yeah, I really do hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.